Welcome back to the channel, folks. My name is Mark, if you don't already know, and you're on with YTCSC, YouTube's Celtic Supporters Club. Today we are going to go over a few transfer rumours, some that you might know, some you might not know. Later on in the video, what I will do is I'm going to talk about Big Ange and his potential new clubs. We've got some odds on clubs that he is potentially going to, and that might be some interesting news. Some of the stuff you might think pie in the sky, like I did, and some stuff might be rather interesting. We'll start with some of the transfer rumours, but before we do that, if you are watching and you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Click the bell and that will let you know when our videos drop. We really appreciate every subscriber, and also any comments that we get, any comments at all on what you think, what you feel, help this video go a wee bit more viral, gets it out to more Celtic fans, and helps us get more subscribers. So funny comments, positive comments, or just if you don't agree with what we're saying, which is totally fine, you don't have to agree with what we say. All comments are welcome. Just keep it nice and keep it clean. We're all Celtic fans. Okay, without further ado, what do we know and what's happening in the transfer market? Okay, first off then, we have spoken about this guy quite a lot in this channel. Looks like it's coming to an end. The saga of Greg Taylor is almost over. One that I'm pretty sad about, if I'm honest, and I'll talk a wee bit about why I would like Greg to stay, or why I would have liked him to stay. But POAK, they have been strongly linked with Greg Taylor, and it's reported that they've offered him personal terms, and that Greg likes those terms, but he has to sit down with his new family. He's got a wife and a new baby to consider, and they need to decide if this is the right thing for them. I've got two young kids myself. Well, they're not young anymore, 9 and 10, but I remember when they were tiny, and the impact it had on my wife and myself. I don't think you can do a long distance family life like that. I just don't think it's on when babies are that small. It would have to be an uprootal of the whole family for them to go and live in Greece. They are in Dubai at the minute. He's in Dubai with his wife and his wee kid just now. So that'll be what they're discussing, and that's what POK technical director Christos Karapidis had said, that we've made offer, and he's considering that, and we're waiting for him to come back. The only thing that he needs to do now is sit down with his family. So it sounds like Taylor's made his mind up. He wants to go. He wants the new contract. It's a 2-year contract. Very strange in my opinion. I think when you're 27 you're looking for a 4 or 5 year contract, and for it to be your biggest contract. Apparently it makes him quite a lot more money than Celtic have to offer, which, to be honest, is not it's not surprising with the Scottish Premier League. He has an option of another year, but I still think it's really strange, a 2-year deal. I know I've watched a few other YouTube channels like this, and they're thinking it's a good option for him. I don't get it. I don't get the 2-year at 27 years old, personally. I would have loved Greg to stay for a couple of reasons. One, I think he's a very good player. He fits our style of football with the inverted fullbacks perfectly. I can't think of a better player that's done it for us. Can't think of any better than him out there, even in Europe, to be honest. Brendan said it loads. He would love him to stay, and he thinks he's the perfect player for that role. But my second reason is money. We are going to have to pay, I don't know how many millions, to bring somebody in that is, let's face it, they're going to play second fiddle to Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney is coming in to be number one, and that's another reason why Greg Taylor might have thought this isn't for me. Maybe we didn't offer him enough money, I don't know. I heard that Celtic went back and offered him the 25 that he wanted. Was that enough to make him sit on the bench for half the season. I don't know. I think if you want to be first choice and you want to play every game, then that's up to you. You're not guaranteed that anywhere you go anyway. So that's where we are with Taylor. It's almost a done deal. He's got 1.5 feet out the door, in my opinion. I think when he gets back from Dubai with his family, we'll find out that he's leaving. Where does that leave us? Because that's the most important thing. Where does it leave Celtic? It leaves Celtic with Kieran Tierney, which, my God, what an option that is. What a player he is. An absolute world-class fullback. And that's what he is to me, though. He's a fullback. He's a left-back who marauds forward. He's not an inverted left-back. And that's what I said in one of my other videos. I don't see him as an inverted left-back. I think he gives us the option of busting down the left wing and whipping the balls in. I don't see him going into midfield and playing that wee role of link in the midfield in the attack. I don't see it, but maybe I'll be proven wrong. Listen, I'm not right about a lot of stuff. This might be another one. Also, Tierney's just pulled out of the Scotland squad with some kind of injury. It might be nothing and it might just be a knock, as some of the reports are saying, but what it does do is it gives you a reminder of Tierney's history. In my opinion, we ran the guy into the ground when he was here. He played far too much for a young guy, and I don't know if that's contributed to his injury problems now. Maybe I'm talking rubbish, but in my opinion, I think we gave him too much game time and it didn't help him at any rate. We know he's got injury problems, or know he's had injury problems. That's just a wee reminder for me. He's not going to play every single game next year, and if he does get an injury, we can't have a young kid who isn't game ready playing left back. If we had somebody in the academy with potential, I think maybe if we'd have been able to bring him up and like Brian and Robert, these guys need to get a chance. They need to get used to playing in the first team. There's nobody at that level for Celtic right now. Where does it leave us? As I said, it leaves us with one left back, which means we need to go and spend millions on a new one, and that is a problem for Celtic, in the fact that they need to spend money on the right type of player, and usually the right type of player means you need to spend quite a bit of money. The guy, Kita Kosugi, we done a video on already. Boy plays in Sweden, 19-year-old, looked the part. I know it's, I've said that before, I know it's a YouTube reel, but he looked technical, he looked strong, he looked fast, he looked as if he had it all. News that I've been reading, Sunderland Echo, is that Sunderland are now chasing this guy, and they've got him in their sights. Not only them, because they're facing the rivals Newcastle. Newcastle and Sunderland being two teams that are now mentioned with this boy. There's going to be plenty more. So I think if Celtic wanted to get him, or if they're serious about it, they'll need to go and do it soon. Price tag being spoken about is £8 million. That is a huge fee for Celtic. It's a lot of money. Will they pay that for a second fiddle left back? I doubt it. In my opinion, I doubt it. Yes, he's a 19-year-old, and it might be an investment for the future, but he's going to be playing second fiddle to Kieran Tierney, and I think Celtic, an outlay of £8 million for that type of player is too much for me. I don't know what you think. You can post some comments. You can let me know if you think I'm talking absolute nonsense or if you agree with me. But the guy looked a good player. I think now he's just going to be a wee bit rich for Celtic. If you've heard any other players that are linked with left back, apart from the two that I've brought up and done videos on in this channel, let us know. I'll keep my ear to the ground, and if I see anything or hear anything else, I'll go on and do another wee video. So second bit of transfer news is we are apparently bringing in a young striker from Fulham. Apparently he's in the building getting a medical at this minute. His name is Callum Osmond. We will pay a compensation fee like we've been getting ripped off with for years. Looks like we're going to do it to Fulham. Whatever happened to bringing your own talent through and blooding them and making them work? So we apparently have spoken to Fulham and we're offered this. Well, the compensation fee is there. young boy's in getting a medical. 19-year-old Welsh kid who has played mainly in the PL2 and the cups for the academy teams. So he scored a hat-trick in the PL Cup against Spurs this year. He scored 10 goals and 4 assists in 17 games in the PL2. And he's also played in the EFL Trophy. So he's been getting game time, but it's more in the academy side of things. There's not been much first team, if any, first team football. I don't know the guy. I've not heard of the guy. I know the standard of youngster in England is far better than the standard of youngster in Scotland, just because it's a Premier League and the money they've got, and they've attracted all the best talent. What I went and looked at was, what is this Premier League Cup? Basically, it's in its 11th year. They get 36 of the best academy teams and they put them into a group stage format. So there's 9 groups of 4 teams, play each other twice. Top team comes out, and the 7 runners up come out, and then it goes into knockout matches until you've got a winner. And this young guy scored a hat-trick in the final, which bodes well for if he is coming to Celtic, that he's got a wee bit of something about him. But again, it's playing academy football against academy kids. It's not the pressures of playing first team football in somewhere like Parkhead. It is what it is. A question that has to be raised then, if this is true, is what about Johnny Kenny? What happens to Johnny Kenny here if we are bringing this guy in? Because something I've not mentioned is the reports are they are bringing this boy in for the first team and not the B team. They've got their eyes of getting him involved in the first team, which to me then says Johnny Kenny either goes out on loan or Brendan just doesn't see it. I don't know, because I think Dyson is going to play some part of the season up front. I'm pretty sure he is, because he's proven that he can do it, and he does not. I don't think he does proven himself quite yet. I know a lot of Celtic fans think he's a waste of time. I don't. I think he's got something. You don't score 20 goals if you're a dud. You can see that when he's back to goal, in and around the box, he's a good player. He's some finisher. He's a natural finisher. Could maybe do a wee bit more in there and could maybe play around better in the box. But I think Ida will come good. Again, you might slate me for this. Don't care. You've got your opinion and I've got mine, and that's what this channel's all about. It's for people to have their opinion. Let's please get commenting on this stuff, right? We're all Celtic fans, or mostly Celtic fans. We've got a couple of Rangers fans commenting, which is fine, as long as, again, you keep it clean and you're not being nasty. Celtic fans as well, see if you don't agree with what I'm saying, that's fine. But don't come on and say silly things. Let's stick together. Put your comment across. If you don't agree, tell me why you don't agree. That's fine. We can have a wee chat on the comment section, and we can see where that leads. Okay, well, that's it for now. I'm going to pick up on what I was saying earlier on Ange Postecoglou, and I'll let you know the teams that he's been linked with and the odds that he's potentially on it for these teams. So you might be interested to find a couple of the teams that we're talking about, okay? So let me just get that sorted for you now. Just to finish the video and switch it up a little bit, I'm going to run over some odds that we've got on Big Ange's next job. We know the big man gets sacked from Spurs after finishing 16th and winning the Europa Cup. Really poor run of form in the Premier League. The sacking makes sense to me. I get he won a trophy, but it's all about the Premier League in England. So the information I've got is pulled from the Celts Are Here website. So thank you, boys, for bringing that to light. They got their information according to Ace Odds. So there's a list of teams here that Big Ange could potentially have. Some of it's a lot of nonsense, and some of it could have a wee bit of legs in it. You can make your own mind up on what we say here. So what we've got for that then is AEK Athens. They are front runners at 3-1. With Big Ange saying that he wanted to return to Greece when his football career finished. This one probably has the most legs and the most truth about it. We know that he's Greek, he's got Greek origins, and Australian at the same time, but is this the right time for him to move to Greece? Potentially the Greek league is becoming stronger, as we've just spoken about, with Greg Taylor potentially moving to POAK. So is this a move the big man would like? Don't know. It's a potential. It's probably one of the better ones from the stuff I'm going to read you, but AAK Athens front runners at 3-1 for Big Ange's next move. We know he's a well-travelled man, so moving to Greece I don't think would be a problem for him. Potential to get back into international management with the Socceroos, with Australia. He's currently 5-1 there. We know that he done a really good job in Australia. We know that he had a few issues with the media. I don't know if he would be willing to get back and do that again. I think he's got issues with the media everywhere he goes. I think he's just a prickly kind of guy. I love his interviews, but he doesn't suffer fools gladly. But they are currently coming in at 5-1, so big man potentially came back to Australia national team, 5-1. He's actually been mentioned also to replace Steve Clarke as the Scotland boss, and we know that Steve Clarke's feeling the pressure right now. His run of form has been abysmal lately. He has done well, got us into two Euros, but nothing's really come of them, and his recent run has been nothing short of shocking. So he's feeling the pressure, and he comes in at 6-1 there. I'm not going to lie, I would love Big Ange to manage Scotland. If not Celtic, I would love him to manage Scotland. I would love to see what he could do with the Scottish national team and see if he could elevate us into a free-floating attacking machine that Celtic were. Would be lovely to see. Has he got the players to pick for that? I don't know. But 6-1 for Scotland. Leicester are coming in at 8-1. This is an interesting one for me. He's managed now in the Premier League, so he's been at the top of the tree. For me, the Premier League's the best in the world. I think we've got others out there, but for me, the Premier League's the best and the toughest. Didn't quite work out for him. We know there's lots of different reasons. Started off really, really well when he had his full team, winning Manager of the Month, I think, back to back. So many injuries. That's obviously hampered him, but he's out of a job and he finished 16th, I keep saying 17th, 16th. And that doesn't look good in your CV. Yes, he's went on and won the Europa League, but a team like Spurs should be going on and challenging and winning things like that. You know, Europa League, the Conference League, they should be winning it. But Leicester, I think this is an option for him to go to a Championship club that's just been relegated, club that's got quite a bit of money, go and build his own team. Less pressure than the Prem. Bring Leicester up with that sexy attacking football that he plays, and then grow them into the Premier League. I think that one's got legs. Actually, I think that one's an option. But does he want to move or drop down a league? That would be something for him to decide. Who else do we have here? Celtic, believe it or not. I think this one is a lot of absolute nonsense. But we're on there at 10-1. We've got a happy manager right now. I would think this is a possibility if Brendan was coming to the end of his third year. Brendan's come out and said that he's 200% going to be here this year and he's happy and he knows where he is. I would love Brendan to stay on. Can't see it happening after the year 3. I think he will move. But I think this one's nonsense. I don't think he'll come back to Celtic this year. Possibly if Brendan's leaving at the end of next year, maybe his name will get mentioned again. But that one I'm chucking out the window. Next one is the Saudi Pro League. This is interesting as well, actually. 12-1 to go to the Saudi Pro. My thought process is here, he is very well travelled. He doesn't mind going to places like Japan, Australia. He doesn't really mind it. He sees a league as a league. Has the Premier League and the lights and the glitter and the glam of the Premier League corrupted that thought process? I don't know. I think it may well have done, unless they come, which they do, and they wave a heavy wage of money at him. I think this one, there is potential in it, but I think because he's been at the glamour of the Premier League, it may be just a step too far. But like I said, he is well travelled and he doesn't mind going to places that aren't the norm. Although he does want to stay in Europe, or he did want to stay in Europe, the last I heard. Okay, a couple of others then, very doubtful for me. Man United 16-1. Him and Man United manager have had very similar seasons. Both rank rotten in the Premier League and finished just above relegation zone. Both had a phenomenal run in the Europa League. Both got to the final. Big Ange managed to win it. Do Man United want a manager of the same ilk that they've got? And maybe the football's different, right? So maybe ilk's the wrong word. I don't think so. I don't think that's on the cards. The other ones that we have, we've got Leeds and West Ham United. Leeds is a shout. If Leeds are interested in him, the style of football that Leeds have been known for would kind of fit with Ange Postecoglou's brand of football. So that would be an interesting one, I think. If Leeds were interested and Leeds did speak to Ange Postecoglou, I think that would be one that he would be interested in. West Ham's on there as well, 25-1. Can't see it. I don't think that's one that will come about. So just a quick update on the big man's options, and they will have more options out there, obviously. But this is from Celts Are Here website, and it's from ASODs. So just one for you to know who's out there, who potentially Big Ange could be going to, and it'll be nice to see the big man on his next move. For this video, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Click the bell up there or up there, and that will make sure that you are seeing the videos when they drop. Please, if you can, and you've got 5 minutes when you're watching these videos, leave a wee comment and let's get this video. It will help the video go out to more people when people comment. There's something called the analytics in YouTube, and it likes when people comment. They like it, they share it and stuff like that. So please get a wee comment, and me and the boys will message you back, and we can chat about anything that we've spoken about in this video. Okay, thank you.